And the results of the referendum in Greece are already having an impact on global stock markets and global oil prices. A growing number of analysts fear the situation could have serious effects on the already fragile global economy. Kwon Soa reports.
It came as no surprise that the results of Greece's referendum on Sunday dragged down global stock markets. European countries were affected the most. There was a moderate fall in the US and a plunge across much of Asia. Oil prices tumbled to their biggest one-day decline in 3 months on Monday, with US crude plummeting nearly 8%. The downward trend may have been expected, but still there were jitters around the world.
So we're seeing an increase in volatility. The VIX has spiked because of this, and we're going to see a global sell-off because there is so much uncertainty.
It's a catastrophic scenario for the markets. It could not be worse because in case of a new disagreement between the creditors and the Greek government, we are moving towards a Greek request to exit the Eurozone.
And it's the prospect of a Grexit that's the real concern. Experts say Greece's default itself will have a minimal impact on world economies, as the country represents just 0.3% of the world's GDP. Private creditors had already pulled out their money out of the country years ago. But if Greece leaves the Eurozone, the fear is that it could set off a rash of similar cases, for instance in Spain, that could destabilize the entire European community. And that could also impact the U.S. Fed's ability to raise interest rates later this year. The impact on the two major powers would naturally trickle down to Asia too, including Korea.
If the Greek crisis spreads to European countries and doubts about the Eurozone's stability increase, it could continue to have a negative effect on the bourse for the long term.
The local stock market started Tuesday off on a positive note in anticipation that Athens would re-engage in negotiations with its creditors. The benchmark Kospi and tech-heavy Kosdaq began the day at 0.6% and 1.7% higher than the day before, but the figures soon started dropping again, prompting some to caution against downplaying the effects of the fallout from the crisis in Greece. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.